This video covers how to run a .NET program on Linux using the Mono framework. When you need to run a program with a user interface designed on Windows on a Linux system, you can use either Wine or Mono. Wine is suitable for native Win32 applications, while Mono is designed for .NET programs. I will open Visual Studio 2022 on Windows 10 and create a new project. I select Create a new project. At this stage, it's important to select the correct project type. I prefer a C# project. If the list looks crowded, using some filters can be helpful. By selecting Windows and Desktop, it becomes easier to find the right option. I am creating a desktop C# project labeled Windows User Interface. You can select .NET Framework 4.7.2. If you see Core 8.0, you may have selected the wrong project type. Go back and choose the GUI version, otherwise, you won't be able to design forms. I will add a picture box to the form we see and move a ball inside it. I could directly add a ball image to the picture box and move it, but I will use the graphics object now. You will see, it is also easy. First, I add a picture box. For this, I open the toolbox. From here, I select the picture box and draw it on the form. To make it the same size as the form, I click on Dock and Parent Container. To create the movement, I add a timer to the form. By double-clicking the timer object, I open its tick event. This section runs whenever the timer completes a cycle. By double-clicking the form, I open the load event. This section runs once at the beginning. Since the image property of the picture box is empty, I need to assign a bitmap object to it. Its size should be the same as the picture box. Variables defined within the form class remain in memory until the form is disposed of. Since we need persistent variables, I will define some variables here. Now, I will create a graphics object to draw on the bitmap. I want the ball to bounce back when it goes outside the window. Therefore, I will use two Boolean variables named down and right. These will determine the direction of the ball. If right equals true, the ball goes right. If false, it goes left. Similarly, if down equals true, the ball goes down. Otherwise, it goes up. I add ballX and bally variables to determine the position of the ball. These are of integer type, and their initial positions will be 100 pixels to the right and down from the top left corner. I also decided to add a variable for speed. I want the ball to move 10 pixels in each frame. If the ball goes out from the bottom, down equals false, and it will start going up. This is because the height value indicates the bottommost point of the picture box. The top of the form and picture box is 0 and increases downward. Horizontally, the left side is 0 and increases to the right. Now, I want to draw a red ball and see the situation. Fill ellipse draws a filled ellipse. When width and height are equal, it becomes a circle. It didn't work because I forgot to activate the timer. It should have been enabled equals true. It still didn't work, but I expected that. The circle should actually be drawn, but the picture box needs to be refreshed. By calling the invalidate method, I will make the image redraw itself. In this case, the image will immediately redraw itself with the paint event and will be updated. The drawing appeared, but this time it is drawing each frame on top of the previous one. To fix this, I need to clear the image each time. The ball went outside the form and is moving quite slowly. I will fix these errors shortly. Now, I will add the necessary codes for the other edges. The ball should also bounce back when it hits the top, left, and right edges. To speed up the animation, I am reducing the timer's interval value. The height of the ball also needs to be considered. As you can see, the ball no longer goes outside the form. If desired, more precise adjustments can be made here. For example, the form title can be hidden. Now, let me write the collision check for the right and left edges. When I write the code this way, the ball moves 1 pixel in each frame. Instead, I need to use the speed parameter. Yes, the program worked correctly. Now, I want to add a button to start and stop the animation. This is sufficient for the program. In the next video, I will show how to run this program's exe file on desktop Linux and Raspberry Pi. You can find the program's exe file here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel.